Hey gaming fans, so today is another GOAT format deck, and this is my Gren Maju de deck. I kind of changed this one up a bit. I did a profile on this deck before, but I decided to change it up, try something different. So let's get to the deck. So we got 3 of the Gren Maju de Isa is that's how you say it, Isa, whatever. So this is your main card. Its attack and defenses of this card becomes the number of your cards removed from play times 400. So obviously the point of this deck is to try and get as much removed from play as possible to make this guy really big. So we'll have 3 Shining Angels. This serves 2 purposes. One is to get some monsters in the graveyard, but also to search out your Banisher of Light. So it acts as a shield and then brings this guy out. He's only got 100 attack, but 2,000 defense. And more importantly, as long as he's on the field, any card that's sent to the graveyard is removed from play. So that's going to help you to get as many cards as possible removed from play. And of course, we also have one of the DD Warrior Lady. Also can be pulled out by your Shining Angel if you need her. Just a good card, banishes herself and an opponent's monster. Then we got 3 Lady Assailant of the Flames. This will also help you with banishing cards. So it's a flip effect, 1500 attack, which is pretty good. Remove 3 cards from the top of your deck from play. Inflict 800 points of direct damage to your opponent. So you get to do some burn damage, and you get 3 cards removed from play. The beauty of this card is that if you set it and your opponent does have Nobleman Crossout, you're still going to end up with 3 cards removed from play if they're still in your deck. So either way, you're going to get some good removed from play cards. Then we got 3 Chaos Rider Gustav. So this one is you can remove from up to 2 spell cards from your graveyard to increase the attack of this monster by 300 points for each card removed, and until the end of the turn. Until the end of your opponent's turn. So basically you just pump them up, but more importantly, you're removing cards from the game to boost up your Gren Maju. And the monster counterpart is Bazoo the Soul Eater. So this one is you can remove up to 3 cards from your graveyard from play to increase the attack by 300. So that's cool. You can remove anything, and that's also going to help you with your cause of getting as many removed from play cards, I should say. Then I threw him one Cyber Jar. So the Cyber Jar is just to help you. Again, it's a flip effect, but it's going to dig into your deck deeper, destroy all the monsters on the field, and get a bunch of stuff for you onto the field as well, because you need to get as many monsters and stuff out as possible. So for the spells, we have some draw cards. We have Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Card Destruction. Obviously, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, common, standard cards for GOAT format. I thought Card Destruction would be a good idea just to get some stuff into the graveyard as fast as possible. Get some monsters in there for your Bazoo. Get your spells in there for the Gustav, just to make the deck run faster. Trying 1 Chaos Greed. This is a tricky one. So you can only activate this card when 4 or more of your cards have been removed from play, and there are no cards in your graveyard. Draw 2 cards from your deck. So basically, it's a Pot of Greed, but you need to have met those conditions, which can be achieved in this deck, especially if you have Banisher of Light out. You can easily remove stuff, but also you can play cards like Soul Release, which select up to 5 cards from your graveyard, remove them from play. So you basically remove as much as you can from your graveyard, and then you use your Gustav card, wherever he is, Chaos Rider Gustav, to remove the Soul Release. Or if you have your Banisher of Light out, when you activate Soul Release, it will remove itself, and then you should be able to draw your 2 cards. Then I put in 3 Book of Moons. This can help you because, you might want to normal summon your Banisher of Light in attack mode, just so you can make sure you get the banishing effect to work. But then it's vulnerable to your opponent's attack, so you use Book of Moon to flip them down. Otherwise, you might even use it on things like your Lady Assailant of the Flames to get the effect off again, to banish another 3 cards from your deck. So just really help you. It's a defensive card as well, plus it's a spell card for the Chaos Rider Gustav. I put in 1 Premature Burial. You know, that's a choice. I was just thinking because of its being a spell card, but you could also replace it with Return from the Different Dimension instead, because you're going to be banishing a lot, so maybe you might not have a target in the graveyard. So it really depends if you want to go with a more spell-heavy deck or a more trap-heavy deck. My previous build used, I think, 2 of these. So, you know, it's just another kill. This is just something I'm trying out. And, of course, we have our 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, our 1 Heavy Storm, our 1 Delinquent Duo, 2 Noblemen of Crossout. I mean, you don't necessarily need this in this deck. I just kind of left them in there. I mean, if you really want to, you can banish your face-down cards just to increase your Gren Maju. I put it in for the traps, 2 Raigeki Breaks, just as an answer to anything. Also, it can get rid of dead cards in your hand, like if you have a Soul Release that you don't need, or if you can't meet the conditions of your Chaos Greed, it's just a dead card. Throw it away with Raigeki Break and destroy something. So that was my thought there. And then the final trap is 3 Desert Sunlight. The thing I like about this is all monsters on your side of the field are changed to face-up defense position. So, again, if you need to normal summon your Banisher of Light, and then your opponent goes to attack, you flip Desert Sunlight, turn it into defense mode, now it's 2000 defense. The other thing that's good is your Lady Assailant of Flames. If you don't want your opponent to Nobleman of Crossout, and you have your Desert Sunlight ready, they activate Nobleman of Crossout, and you activate Desert Sunlight, flip him face up, he's no longer a target, and you get to banish the 3 cards, and you have a 1500 attack in defense mode. But that's pretty much how I was visioning this deck. Still a work in progress, but, you know, that's the fun thing about GOAT format is that you got a lot of options and a lot of choices to think about. Anyways, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.